Welcome back, Danger Cats, to another Danger Cat podcast. Me, your boy, Uncle Hack. As always, podcast 69. I'll make this short and sweet for you. Podcast 69 at dangercatshop.com. Get yourself 15% off Danger Cats gear. I know you love it. I know you've been looking at these sexy hats, this great looking OG camo hat. Snapback. I know if you're listening to this or you're watching on YouTube, you get the visual. You see how good looking I am on this. Without it, I'm a 4.2. With this on, I'm a 6.9. That's right. It brings me up to just slightly above average. It's a rock solid number to be at when you're in the dating game. It's a perfect number to be at. A 6.9. You don't want to be nothing more, nothing less. Because then that's where the troubles come. You're too ugly, you're too good looking, insecurities come to follow. It's just not where you want to be. It's not where you want to be, fellas. So just grab yourself a Danger Cats hat and make yourself just like, boost yourself up just a little bit. Maybe you're at a 4.9 in the ladies' eyes, but this will bump you up to a 6.9 where you'll flood some basements for once and feel like a man doing it. Also, the Patreon. That's right. Exclusive content on there. All the kind of X-rated shit we've done is on there. More will be up in this next month or so, whether it's photo shoots with danger kittens around the city. That's right. Nips, tits, and cookies. I don't know where I'm going with that. Little cookies and MILF. And yeah, I don't know, nudity. There you have it. Anyways, Danger Cats or patreon.com/DangerCat69 to access all of our uncensored content, uncut. There will be, I believe, another wet t-shirt contest up there in the next week or so. We will keep you updated on the Patreon. Again, I am currently just finishing our podcast room, so we'll have exclusive podcasts on the Patreon as well. Anyways, here's the episode. I love you, baby, when you're right on time. I love you, baby. Boys. Another week. My favorite time of the week, sitting down here and letting out my frustrations of the world into a microphone spewed back to you, the listener. And I just get a rant and rave about everything that annoys me. Shit. I feel like I finally found my groove with this podcast. Before I was, I'm gonna bitch about the government, even though I don't care. I'm gonna bitch about this. Nobody else cared about it. I think I found my groove. Dude talk, bro talk. I've got a few guests lining up in the near future. One of them, obviously, you can guess who it is. Mr. Bozer will be on the pod after absolutely crushing a man's skull at the latest UFC event. What a legend. And yeah, it's just the broadcast. It's the broadcast. The bro cats. Hey, you see what I did there? Little switcheroo of a letter or two, and you got yourself what this podcast is. The bro cats. The cats of the bros. We're not really like bro type culture, if we're being honest. Like, hey, bro. Cynthia that works down at fucking Cactus Club, bro. Got her number, bro. I know you fucked her, and Steve fucked her, and fucking Victor fucked her, and everybody else I pretty much know has fucked her, but I'm going to be on that list. It's just slutty women and bros. They go together. I don't know what it is. As soon as you get some bros together, they like pass around the same hoe. Isn't that true? Isn't that fucked up? It's kind of funny, though, if you really think about it. Like, the same group of bros fuck the same group of, we're not bitches, fucking annoys the hell out of me. I don't know. I just find myself, I've become older. As I'm becoming older, I'm finding more that annoys me to my fucking core. There's just too much out there. Way too much out there. Just human behavior that I'm picking up on that I never really knew that bugged me until now. Like for instance, one thing that is irritating the fucking hell out of me is listening to women tell me they're a catch. Oh, I'm a catch. You don't know this? I'm a catch. Then why the fuck are you single? If you're such a catch, why are you single? It's always, oh, he's an asshole. He's an asshole. Never, ever fault your own insecurities. It's always, oh, I'm a catch. I'm a catch. Yeah, maybe catch and fucking release. That's about it. You're not no fucking catch. It's like sport fishing right there. You're not taking that bitch home to fucking, cook a meal up. You don't pull that walleye out of the river. You never pull a pike out of ice fishing and be like, oh, can't wait to take that one home. But like maybe on a rare occasion, you're like, maybe this one can stick around for a little bit, but eventually ends up back down the ice hole. It's true. Every time I hear bitches tell me they're a catch. They're a catch. Well, why did your last relationship fail? Oh, he was a dickhead. What about the one before? Oh, he's an asshole. He's an asshole. He was mentally abusive. Oh. When are some of you just going to take fucking responsibility for your own insecurities, your own faults? Yeah, I'm a bitch. I know why my relationships fail because I am a cunt. When is that going to start? When is it going to start? Ever? Never? Of course, it'll never start. Some people are coming privy to it. I'm noticing men are starting to not buy into it. You know what I mean? They're just like, before in the golden era, you would just kind of deal with it. You know what I mean? It was like frowned upon. You cheated a lot. There was probably a lot of cheating going on back in the day. It seems all glitz and glam, but I can see why. Fuck. Especially for women. You're at home all day, bored, he's working, fucking the secretary. He's fucking the secretary, so you're like, that's where the milkman and the mailman get to plow everybody. It's just how society ran. Where nowadays, like, females, you kind of created your own fucking monster here. You wanted men to feel. You wanted men to have feelings. And now that we have them and we bring them up, it's not what you thought they were. It's not. It clearly isn't. Because anytime you're like, oh, let's talk about your feelings. Okay, I'm feeling pissed off at you. Oh, me? Me? Well, I'm a catch. How could I ever piss anybody off? Well, I'm pissed off at you because you do insert whatever activity she does or fucking trait she has that annoys you. Even though you changed, you quit hanging out with your female best friend, deleted her number, don't follow her on Instagram. You did that for her. And now as soon as you bring something to the table that she does, it somehow isn't an issue. Oh, well, I'm a catch. You ain't understand me. I'm a catch. And that's why, boom, you end up back in the streets, bitch. You end up back in the streets. Getting catched or catched and released. Catched. I don't know the proper word for that. But your ass gets caught and thrown back into the wild. It's like pest control, if you really think about it. For pussy. For some pussy. I was trying to think about where I was going with that, but that's what it seems like to me. You know what I mean? Like, how many bitches have you heard, I'm a catch, and end up single? And then yes, you know what? I am going to go this way. Those same bitches that are sitting there telling you a catch and they're friends with your old lady are the same ones in her ear trying to give her relationship advice. Like if you were walking down the street, I'm like to any of the ladies listening, all the ladies that are listening right now, if you were walking down the street, okay, and a crackhead, completely belligerent out of his fucking mind, offered you directions or any kind of like life advice, would you take it? Of course you wouldn't, because you have a fucking brain between your skull. then why do you allow your female friends that are single that simply tell everybody that they're a catch? Why do you take relationship advice from them? Why? What is it with them? Do they have like some sort of inside look or outside perspective? That's what I'm looking for right there. An outside perspective that just, it's so daunting. I just know exactly what I want in life. Even though I'm a shit human, I can't keep a staple relationship because, every after party I go to, somehow I'm brushing my teeth with a cock just to get a gram of cocaine. Fuck. That's like, to me, as soon as a female says she's a catch, that's the first you know what? This ain't going to work. Let's just, put our genitalia in each other's mouths. We'll call it a day. It's a business deal. It's a fucking quick transaction. We're not looking for long time business here. It's just like popping into the Mac store to pick up some 5-cent candies. Yeah, I'm going to get that. I'm going to fucking scratch that itch that my sweet tooth's looking for. And then I'm just going to need you to fuck off. Because then I can go to that same beat down 7-Eleven and pick up more 5-cent candies. Makes sense to me. I can catch myself some of them blue whales that everybody loves. Some fuzzy peaches, if you will. Like you got some fucking grade A puss, bitch. Sit your ass down. Now, this isn't me ranting and raving about something that specifically happened to me. No, I'm not actually, fuck that. I am a damaged human. I don't trust females. I think you're all swines. I'm playing. But why is that? Why is that? Why, when it seems, there's always this, like, I see it all the time. Like, I fucking see females posting that men are shit. Or as soon as a bitch says men, I go, men are shit. Men are shit. Fuck you. The problems that exist are in your own head. The problems that exist are in your own fucking dome. Truly, like I've been shitting on women for the past, but it's just annoying the fuck out of me. Everywhere I look, it's just like, man, toxic masculinity. Because like the people that are fucking constantly pushing this toxic masculinity are usually dykes. The fuck does toxic if anything, that's toxic. You are toxic masculinity. You're taking every male aspect and just pushing it into your little body. Like, find me a lesbian that doesn't look like a fucking dude. You can't. And the ones that are hot are just strictly confused. They got out of a bad relationship. They're confused. When the fuck have you actually seen a hot lesbian? When? Never. Maybe bisexual. Might as well dip your toes in the rainbow. If my old lady, let's say, was like, yo, I want to go munch some rug for a bit. By all means, babe. That shit turns me on. I'm with it. Do I consider it cheating? It's just me. I look at it like this. Okay? This is how I take that in my perspective of it. If my old lady's like, yo, look, I want to go fuck around with some girls, I don't look at it as cheating, okay? I look at it more like I'm buying tickets to a sporting event. I want to watch. I want to see. Just let me be a spectator. That's all. I don't need to be in the game. I can buy tickets. I don't even care if you just, you shoot me a snap of what's going on. That's all. I just need my mind to play a little bit. Whose tongue is fucking jamming up your poo hole. I am mumbling some serious words today. But I just need to see it. I just need to witness it and just burn it into my fucking memory banks. So when I'm lonely and my phone's dead and I cannot load Pornhub, I can go to that place in my brain that just stores all those great memories and just fucking crank myself to that thought, that image in my fucking head, and just replay it over and over and over again of you, my lovely lady, munching some puss. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Dude's like, oh, I'd fucking fuck you, dude. Fuck you, that's pretty much considered cheating. Yes, if she does not tell you and it's not discussed, that is cheating. I agree. But if she's like, yo, do you mind if I... yeah, no, not at all. By all means, I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad that you feel comfortable sexually to tell me this and you want to go explore that. I'm happy about that. Just do old daddy a favor and send me a snap. That's all I need. Give me some fucking, I just want to see it. I just need to see it to believe it, and that's all. I don't care if it's 5 seconds, 15 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 hours. Just give me some of that sweet content. But it's crazy, man. We live in a weird fucking time. And I just don't understand the dynamic. I think that was a deep breath, wasn't it? I think like the weird dynamic of it all is like the era I grew up in. We were in the era of where cell phones were kind of coming through, where the texting back and forth, where this unwritten code was starting to be wrote, and we're learning as we go. And now there's kind of like some briefings, like liking a picture on Instagram. If it seems like that is a major issue. And to me, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I come from that era where I don't care. I don't give a shit. If you want to like Jack dude's photos, then like them. I don't fucking care. Now, if you're in his DM being like, you want some of this sweetness, baby? Now, there's the issue. Boom. If you're seeking validation from strangers, I think it's strange right from the get-go. I mean, that's kind of contradicting, seeing as what I do. But I don't look for validation through you, the listener. I appreciate when you reach out and tell me you love what I'm doing and talking and speaking about. I appreciate that. But on the flip side, I don't need it. I don't need people constantly patting me on the back. I like doing this. I like podcasting. I like making comedy. And I lost myself. Like I said, I lost myself a little bit on that path and was going and I've never been one, ask anybody in my younger years, I didn't do drugs. As this limelight bullshit and whatever it is, I started coming into this person. Gotcha, bitch. But becoming into this person that I started to despise, man. When I would get called out on videos and be like, dude, you're looking hailed out these days. Because I was hailed out. I know I've aged bad. I understand. Hey, I'm getting older. That's it. I'm tired. I went through a very stressful time in my life, and it reflects on how I look. And I'm okay. I don't give a shit. So I'm just I'm focusing again, on the humor. I'm focusing again on why I started this, because I really enjoy making people laugh and dicking around and having a good time. And that's where I lost myself. I was showing up to these parties with, I would say, a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. I wouldn't say an ego, because I don't know if I have an ego. I fucking shit on myself more than anybody. And I lack self-confidence a lot of the time. I don't go into social situations and feel confident. That's why I was usually fucking half skanked by the time I got there, because everybody's a little more confident with a little bit of booze in them, a little bit of that giggly juice, and you feel loose. You know what I mean? Is it right? I don't know. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I definitely think that it was wrong to go down the path of drug use. I don't condone it. Hey, if it's your jam, it's your jam. By all means, do you, boo-boo. I can't handle it. Honestly, me and my boys have been talking about it lots lately, and the 3 close friends that I got that actually did drugs as well. We've all come to a conclusion. The low that you get off of cocaine is not worth the high no more. Maybe 2, 3, 4 years. No, I wasn't doing blow 4 years ago. But 3 years, 4 years ago, or 3, why did I say 4 again? 2, 3 years ago. It's all that cocaine rotting your brain, boy. But I don't know. It's just like, it's not worth it no more. It's just not, it's not worth that low or that depressive state of mind where you're pretty much, if you've done cocaine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The next day is hell. It's the worst fucking feeling ever. You are in a deep pit of emotion. You are depressed as fuck. And thank God you lack motivation, because the depression that settles in is enough to make you want to kill yourself. If you haven't thought about swallowing a fucking shotgun shell after doing a couple Hollywoods, and when I say a couple, I mean like a couple grams the next day, did you really do cocaine? Did you honestly really do it? And like, I'm happy enough that I'm comfortable to talk about it, because I hope to God, like, it's helped people kind of realize, like, you know what? Maybe this every weekend doing coke isn't really a good alternative. Maybe dealing with my problems for once, rather than being a fucking dipshit that needs to rail every fucking gram they possibly get their hand on to like look for approval from a bunch of dipshits that really don't give a fuck about me. When you look around, and if you're like to go missing, let's say, and those group of people that you do coke with probably wouldn't even, ask yourself this: would they give a shit if you were gone? I've seen a video and I really enjoyed it. And it was a dude losing his mind on his friend about, I don't know what he was doing. The context was really short in the video, but he was yelling at him, screaming in his face. He goes, I give a fuck about you. I give a flying fuck about you, and I don't want to watch you ruin your fucking life. That is a true homie right there. One to put you in check. And you know what? I wish the guys, you know what? It says more about the guys that were around me at the time. Also about myself too. I learned a lot about myself during that. But the guys that were there, you know, it was never a sit down. Like, hey, this is a fucking problem, man. It's clearly an issue. No, but the guys around me, they were making money off of me being a jackass. So, you know, the show must go on in their eyes. Let him do what he wants. Keep him happy. He's clearly having fun. So let him piss this fucking opportunity away. And thankfully, I became privy to my situation. And I hope that helps guys fucking wake up to maybe where they're at. Maybe you're in a fucking shitty situation. You know, you fucking, yeah, let's grab a bag. I'm stubborn enough too that where I'm like, no, man, I don't want to do that. Fuck off. That's I really enjoy that personality trait about me. And like, getting to know yourself is so fucked up, isn't it? For you older gentlemen. I know there's older dudes that listen to this shit. Getting to know yourself is so fucked up. Like, when you really break down, why the fuck do I act this way? And like, you know, why you seek approval, or why even like, why do I do this? Why the fuck do I do this? I really enjoy laughter. I love meeting people and dicking around. That's one of my favorite things about life. I love that shit. I love meeting a crew of dudes that are just beauties. You instantly hit it off, and you're joking, you're laughing. You don't got to worry about, you know, this warm up and like, ooh, if I say something wrong. I also don't really care, but I'm smart enough to know, like, maybe coming out of the gate hot with my most powerful fucking joke, or, you know, coming to, hey, how's it going, you fucking cunt? Like, some people don't want to hear that shit, which is understandable. So it's like, when you know, you know. If you work on a fucking job site, you understand. You understand when you see a beauty out there. You're like, okay, I feel like that guy gets it, and I can joke with him in the job trailer. Or if I run into him on site, I can fuck around with him for a quick minute, pop a joke back and forth, laugh about some shit, and move the fuck on and get the work done. That's the beauty about blue collar work. Like, where white collar office fucking work, man, I don't know what it is. They're, well, we're gonna have to take that to HR, and it's slowly trickling down into that blue collar world. Like, you got to watch what you say now, watch what you do. Don't vape in the truck. There's too many snitches. You've gave the pussies of the world too much power, in my mind. Before, I liked it when you could just, you shit on guys. That's how you bond. That's how we bond. That's how we fucking connect. And to take it away, all you're doing is making more miserable men. You wonder why your old man comes home pissed off from work, because he doesn't get a shit on his coworkers with one another. That's why he's angry. He doesn't get to voice his fucking anger and frustration out on the rookie. And he gets to take it. Then he moves up the fucking ranks, where now these pussies just fucking tell on one another. Is it a good thing? I don't think so. I don't think so. A little verbal abuse, fuck, man. As long as it comes from a good place and you're not trying to personally chop someone down to make them feel horrible about themselves, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. A little ball busting, man. Ball busting is what dudes do. We need that shit. We need that shit to survive. And then when you come home, and then that's where the feeling thing starts coming about, like we talked about in the beginning. Is that, I think we should talk more about our feelings together. Well, I'm feeling depressed because I hate coming home to this fucking household. I sometimes sit in the driveway because every time I walk in the door, you do this thing where you go, hi, how was your day? You ask me how my day was, and I say, yeah, you know what? It was good. How was your day? And then you go on a fucking 18-minute tirade of a bunch of shit I don't fucking care about. And then when I do bring up something, oh man, this happened at work today. You look for the instant place where you can diverge into the conversation and steer it to where you want it to go. And you wonder why I don't talk about my fucking feelings. And when I get off work, I sit in the fucking driveway, smoke 3 cigarettes to myself so I can get peace and quiet in the day before I walk in that door, have to hear about, Cheryl dyed her hair today. I don't know if it looks good though. I don't really know. She looks she tried doing a Holly Berry perm. And in the inside of your fucking mind, you're just wishing, like, if there is a God, if there is a fucking God, a boulder of any sort, an asteroid will strike this fucking house and rid me of this earth. If there is any sort of God, the power grid on my block will explode and electrocute me to death. I don't even care if it's a slow burning, like just painful, and just, a death that you don't wish upon your worst enemy. I just don't want to fucking hear that shit. But you can't say that, because then that's where the tears come. Because, the moment you say some shit like that, and that's how you're feeling inside. Oh, well, I didn't realize how horrible it is here. I didn't realize how horrible it is here. See, this is why we just stay quiet. And then those moments come around where it's like, yeah, you know what? I am going to slip over to Jeremy's house for a couple beers. We'll talk. And then, an hour, 2 hours in, you have 2-3 beers. This always happens. Am I right, gentlemen? This always fucking happens. Hey, when are you coming? When do you think you'll be home? I don't know. So you don't have a time? No, I'm enjoying my fucking time right now. I don't have a specific time when I'm going to leave Jeremy's, because I don't schedule my fucking life to a T. Oh yeah, I gotta wake up and I got an appointment at 10, and then at 11 I'm gonna meet my mother for coffee. Then at 12:05 I gotta go and pick up groceries. Men don't operate like that. When we go over to our homeboy's house, we're like, yeah, you know what? I'll go home when I feel it's appropriate. And then when you don't answer that, then that's when the phone call. So I was So you're not coming home for supper? No, I told you earlier in the day. I'm going over to Jeremy's house at 5. I don't know when I'm going to be home. So I just cooked this supper for just me. I'm going to eat alone? Yes. And if this continues and I grow enough fucking balls in my pouch, you're going to be doing that until you figure out when the next catch is going to happen. But it's fucking true. How many times have you caught yourself out with the lads having a splendid time? Splendid time. So, do you have a time when you're possibly going to be home? No, I don't. I don't have a fucking clue. As long as I'm having fun and I'm not blackout drunk, getting tossed out of bars or creating a disturbance at my friend's house. And even then, they're going to find amusement out of it because that's what we do. We find amusement when our friends get absolutely shit-faced, start doing stupid shit. We do. We find that amusing. Men find that amusing. Dudes find that very, very amusing. And you never know who's going to steal the show. You know what I mean? It's a Broadway act and you don't know who's starring. It is completely true. One guy gets a little too hammered. A few ideas start floating around. We've all been there. Don't act like you've never been there. Few ideas get spitballed. What do you think? Who do you think could probably, I bet you if I strapped a fucking your kid's bicycle helmet on, I bet you I could ride through your fence. I think I could ride through your fence on your son's BMX bike. I mean, it's got that perfect hill coming off the back slope there. I think I could gain enough. There's no fucking way you can. You don't think so? No, and I bet you won't try because you're a pussy. Well, put your money where your mouth is, Marcus, because I'm going through your fucking fence. And that's where it starts. And one guy gets a little momentum and then just it keeps building and building and building. And we just do dumb shit together. We're having a good time. And it's always, I think it's time to go home now. I think it's time you come home. Fuck. That's how you feel inside. God damn it. I miss the days when I was single. The meals weren't as good. My house was never as clean as it is right now. It never once was. I've never been in a cleanlier house, but the environment was more peaceful. I think that's the trade-off. I think that's honestly the trade-off. And I'm not saying all men are fucking disgusting pigs, but I'm just saying it's usually a natural trait that women are cleanly. Usually. I'm oh boy, this one's going to be hard. Categorizing people into certain traits. The male gender, we just want peace and quiet. It's simple. Most men are the same. You got some quirky ones here and there that, we got weirdos that fucking call themselves male feminists. You're going to have those. There's too many people on the planet to appease everybody under one fucking umbrella. It's just the way it is. You're going to have idiots and losers that, cucks, simps. You need them. You need them so that way they remind women why you date the men you date. And I think, I had this thought the other day. I think the solution to all this is like a full-blown legalization of prostitution. And hear me out. Here is why I think that. I think that if we legalize prostitution, it's going to cause men to become more motivated in the workforce. It is. Simply is. Because if you can work your ass off, get a raise, obviously there's going to be lazy people regardless, but for most dudes, if it's that easy, if prostitution was legalized and kind of normalized, where it's not kind of frowned upon, then I think women are in for a rude awakening. Because then, half the time, when you're single and you go out, what are you doing? If you're with the lads and you're the only single guy in the group, you're usually trying to pick up, or the fellas are trying to help you pick up. They're wingmanning the fuck out of you. They want to see their man succeed. You never like seeing a teammate down. So I think you're going to boost the economy because it's going to force men to work hard and, create more jobs. It's going to cause an influx of, people trying to get wealthy. And when I say people, obviously I mean men. It's going to cause men to want to be more wealthy because then what do you get? You get to buy some pussy every now and then. You get to treat yourself to some pussy. I'd never pay for sex. Bullshit. Bullshit. What do you do when you go to the bar? What do you do when you go to the bar? Or you buy something, or you try and peacock yourself with fancy clothing or materialistic items. That's you paying for sex in the end of it. Honestly. Don't be so fucking naive. Don't be so fucking stupid. When you go buy your little lifted truck and girls that are attracted to fancy vehicles, what are you doing? You're peacocking. You're paying for sex. You know that car, that shirt, that expensive piece of clothing, that necklace that's on your neck, the watch, whatever it is, you know some women are attracted to shiny fucking things, and you're doing it in hopes and dreams of getting pussy. So if you can cut all that bullshit out and just buy the pussy, why wouldn't you? It makes more sense to me. It makes more sense to me. And I gladly would pay for sex. I have zero shame. I have zero shame. You'd see me strut my ass all up in that motherfucking brothel. And if I had a good week at work, you best believe I'm treating myself. I'm getting threesomes. You know what? I'm getting whatever the fuck I want. Because there is women out there that know that their pussy is worth money. And that is perfectly fine. They're the ones benefiting off their own body parts. And as they should. If a feminist is all about that equality and female empowerment, if a lady wants to sell some pussy, then why can't she? I'm all for it. I am all for it. If anything, normal bitches, the ones that we were talking about earlier, that I'm a catch, now have to shape the fuck up, or else you're never going to land a man. Because, let's be honest, what would you rather do? Deal with a fucking headache constantly, or let's fucking really put a fucking I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's go off on that. One day I'll have a co-host and we'll be able to bounce this shit off of one another. But you're gonna force women that I'm a catch. You're gonna have to fucking figure it the fuck out, or else you're never gonna find a mate. You're gonna have to figure yourself out, get over your insecurities, because men now know that they can just pay for pussy. Because at the end, you know, do you want like that companionship? Yeah, you can pay for it right there. You can pay for it. Why not? What harm done? What harm is done there? The only thing, and here's another fucking thing I thought of off of all that, is it's gonna, you know, the women that want relationships now get the bottom feeders. You are now forced to pick what is left. The men that you can't afford pussy. The men that can afford pussy now become your problem. You have to date them, because why? How much time do you think you put into, dealing with female issues that you don't want to deal with? And when you walk in, you walk in, they treat you good. How was your day, baby? Talk to me. They make you feel good. They know what they're doing. It's a transaction. They know that they are there. They're selling you an experience. And you get some trim out of the deal. You know, you did a talk about your problems. It's a judgment-free zone. There's no emotion. You don't have to worry about anything you say offending them or bringing up the past. You know, at the end of it, you hand her whatever it is, an hour, 15 minutes. You go in for a quick chuck. Go in there for a quick chuck and dip. We out ya. And it's fucking done, son. You got to figure it out. You don't got to come home and hear about, Shanice fucking dyed her hair. And did you hear the Johnsons are gonna, that reminds me, she was out planting flowers. You don't got to hear those stupid fucking stories. None of them. You don't got to hear any of them. None. You just go in, get a little back massage out of the deal. She makes you feel good. Put this robe on, baby. Fresh out the dryer. A robe fresh out the dryer. You know what I'm talking about. That nice little warm sensation that goes on your body when you put something on when it's fresh out the dryer. Oh, baby. That's a good feeling. She puts that on, massages you a little bit. Why don't you come on, lay on the bed? Why don't you come on, lay in the bed? She plays with your balls a little bit. She does shit your old lady isn't going to do because she's paid to do it. She's a freak by nature and knows that selling pussy is going to get her the Louis bag without having to go and fucking pretend that she likes a guy. So it's obviously there's a flip side to both. She pretends to like you, gets a Louis bag out of it regardless because she's getting money from you. And you're paying for what you want. Pussy and a little bit of attention and feel good. You just want to feel good. Most of us just want to feel good, right? That's all you're after. Let fucking lid go. But yeah, I think legalizing prostitution would end a lot of problems and shape some of these bitches up in a fucking heartbeat. It also shape men up. I think it's good for the world. It would shape dudes to be in hardworking and getting the fuck out there and accomplish something in your fucking life rather than be a deadbeat. Because then, like, all you're left with, but then again, I guess the deadbeats will find the deadbeats regardless whether we legalize prostitution or not. But I have a theory that would be the results of fucking legalizing. Sorry, I got a fucking dry mouth here. Legalizing prostitution. I'm all for it. I think it's a great idea, and I think that we should do it. I think it would be great. It would motivate. It would take everything that kind of the world that we live in inside of relationships when it's like, oh, talk about your feelings. You're kind of left to make a decision. Do I try and compromise and I want that interaction with females where I want somebody there, I want the housewife, I want this, or do I want to live my life exactly how I want to live it? But then, like, I got prostitution over here. It'll fucking help me out when I need it. I can just go and pick up some pussy every now and then, pay $300 for an hour. Boom, gone. Smell you later. I don't got to go to the bar or go on dates or fucking sit on Tinder for days just to convince a bitch to go on a date with me. I don't got to do that no more. I don't got to fucking go for dinner. I don't got to go for dinner and pretend I like you and pretend that, oh, I'm interested in what the fuck it is you have to say, what you do for a job. I don't have to pretend like I'm interested in hopes and dreams that when I invite you over for a drink, you're going to say yes. Or, hey, do you want to, like, instead, isn't it weird instead, like, we're so bashful about sex, like, instead of just being like, hey, do you want to come over and fuck? And just being blunt about it. It's like, hey, do you want to come over and watch a movie? It's code word. Why don't we just say that? Why is it in this world? Like, hey, listen, I had a great time. I don't know what you're thinking. Do you want to come over and watch a movie? And like, let's be honest here. We're probably both going to end up fucking. So we could skip the movie, fuck, watch a movie, fuck again, and call it a night. I'm going to be honest with you. Not really interested. Could you imagine if we were all like blunt? So fucking blunt. I'm trying to be more like when people say some retarded shit to me, I'm like, why the fuck would you say that? Rather than play it off, be like, oh, yeah, that's funny. It's not funny. Like some stupid shit on some dumb shit. But wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if we could just cut the bullshit and like, yeah, I don't want to sit there for an hour, 2 hours, get to have a few drinks, show this person a good time. I don't want to do that. It seems like a complete waste of time when I could go do it with my friends and actually enjoy the time. I don't got to tread the waters of like where your sense of humor is because I've got a dark sense of humor. Well, and if I say the wrong thing, I blew it. And then like it's just awkward. It would just save so much time. It would save way too much time. Probably so much time where we would be bored. We wouldn't know what to do. You don't have to, like I said, you don't got to sit on Tinder, have a conversation on there, trying to convince, sliding into DMs and trying to, hey, what's your snap? Trying to commute and convince her to come out with you. Spending all that time conversing back and forth on Snapchat only to meet her in public and be like, fuck, not what I was looking for. God damn it. What a waste of time where you just go on a little online shopping. You go to fucking Leo List. And if you know what Leo List is, you've definitely got a hooker. And I welcome you to the club. You go to Leo List. You just do a little online shopping. And you rent some machinery for an hour. You know, you just go rent some fucking machinery for an hour. Let her and hookers know how to fuck. Like, I feel like you have to know how to fuck to be in that business. So it's win-win. You know, you're getting a decent lay out of the gig. it's like fucking going to budget car rental. That's all. The fucking bitch has got a few miles on her. Sometimes you get a fresh car in the mix, new to the scene, just figuring it out, doing a little fucking, doing a little sex for money. And there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think that there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it at all. I think it's good. I think we should legalize prostitution, personally. I think it's a good fit for this world. I do. It would cut a lot of fucking bullshit, I think. It would cut a lot of bullshit. Then all these fucking pretentious bitches that think they're better than every fucking Dick and Harry that fucking walked the earth now get humbled because they're like, oh, well, you're not a man. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you think because I came here to have a few drinks. You can go fuck yourself. Go be a catch somewhere else because I got an appointment at 7 o'clock to get fucking try and blow this bitch's back out while you sit here and try and convince men that we're shitty. When in turn, you're actually shitty because you got to sit in this fucking pub every night and just fucking people look at you like you're pathetic. They look at you like you're pathetic. You're out here every night. You're out here fucking Friday, Saturday at the club in a short skirt dress with your pussy hanging out trying to convince men, oh, you're trash. Men are trash. Yet you get fucked by one 6 out of the 7 days a week. Oh, they're trash. They're trash. Listen, bitch. I'm going to bruise the back of your throat with the tip of my penis, and here is a fake Gucci bag because you're too stupid to figure it out. Dumb ass fucking. Oh, man, there's too many stupid people. Way too many stupid people. I'm one of them. I mean, obviously, I'm sitting here trying to convince you that legalizing prostitution is a good idea, which I still think it is. I think it's a brilliant idea, and I think we should do it. It should be legalized across the board and normalized to a degree. Not to a sense where it's just like completely ruining relationships where it's just like, you know what? Fuck this bitch. I can just go and I can fuck whatever I want. And in turn, females, don't worry. You'll be able to buy some dick. A guy that knows what he's doing, get you off. And eat your pussy the way you like it. You just tell him, he'll do it. It's like some of you fellas out there, just like you're selfish lovers. Me, I'm the kind of dude, I give a fuck, okay? I eat pussy like it's the last fucking, if I'm on death row and the last meal I get, I'm let me eat some cat. That's how you got to eat pussy, fellas. You got to give a shit. You got to pay attention a little bit. It's a game, man. It's like it's a fucking twist. If you start looking at eating kitty like it's a twisted fucking game in your head, and you got to pay attention. You got to figure out like, oh, when I do this, she does that, and I'm figuring it out. And like, you can honestly step your game up tremendously. And I'm going to try to see it here. Oh, I'm a sex guru. I did, however, spend a little time in the swingers community. I got passed around like a rented fucking mule. And I don't know if it was just because like I was a kind of a, boy next door. I was young, man. I was like 24, 25, getting, older women, women in their early 40s, late 40s. And married to a young guy, kind of reliving a little bit of a fantasy. Like, oh, yeah, back when I was a young, sweet old lass in the bar. So, I fucking, you learn a thing or two. You don't, let me tell you this. You don't just get a walk in and fuck a man's wife and it be bad and get a return call. Let me say that. You don't just get that return. Hey, why don't you come on through for one more time, homeboy? Why don't you come clap these cheeks one more time? You don't just get that. And I'm not saying I'm a fucking guru at sex. I'm not going to sit here and try and convince you that I am the best ever when it comes to laying pipe. Because I'm selfish too. I'm selfish. Fuck, sometimes, your boys just want to catch some nuts. That's all. That's why prostitution needs to be legal. Because, you can go in there. It's all for you. It's all for you. You don't gotta, there's no mutual connection there. There's no mutual relationship where it's like, okay, let's both try and come this time. No, you're going in there. It's strictly for you. Strictly for you. You get to be a little selfish, a little self-care, little fucking self-care day. You know, go get the hair trimmed up, shave the nuts. We're heading down to the fucking brothel. You and the boys, night out. What do you say, fellas? Heading down to the brothel, get our rocks off, and then that's a night out. That's a fucking night out. If you ask me, with the boys, hell yeah. Head down to the brothel. Everybody gets their rocks off, and we go and hit the town. Then you're not worried about fucking, There's always those nights with the boys, with the fellas. I feel like that guy that just can't give up high school. We're hanging out with the boys. But it's true, It's good to get with the men. Get the men together. Get with the man. I've said so many fucking times that if somebody took the time to chop this one up, I've caught myself saying so much gay fucking shit. If you just chopped clips, they'd be like, oh yeah, coming in, people. Fucking, that's the price you pay for being a moron and having one of the worst podcasts out there. One of the worst podcasts out there. But I'm just saying, like, when you're out with the fellas and you all get together and you just enjoy your night together. And then there's always one guy that has, you fucking try and get some puss. Or if you took that out already and you just go enjoy your night, when you're sitting around the table with the boys and you're howling and just ribbing one another, talking about some funny shit, it's some of the best times you'll ever have. How many times, you always reflect on those days. Those are the best days. You have the best time when you're sitting with your boys, sitting around, dicking around, whether it's around a campfire, a fucking bar table, in the garage, around the fucking box of a truck. Some of the best times you've ever had are in those locations. And there's always one dickhead that's just, I'm fucking trying to get some puss tonight. And it just has to ruin the dynamic. And then you're just like, I don't really like when he comes out. Because it's like, we came out to all have a good time, bullshit and laugh. I mean, do you, boo-boo. I don't give a fuck. But it's just like, it just adds that little kind of like, it puts the dynamic off a little bit. You picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down, fellas? It's just, it's weird. It's weird. Dude logic. We'll never understand it. We never quite understand it, but we get it. If that makes sense. Like, why is it when your old lady wants to tell you a story that, there's just that feeling deep down below where you're just like, fuck. Like, how many times have you been in the garage and you hear your name called and you just think, that's the only emotion that ran through you. Why? Why is it? Because we just enjoy some peace and quiet from time to time, and we don't get it enough. We honestly, and when we do get it, there's always something. Maybe next week I will have it all figured out for you, but in the meantime, I want to say thank you for tuning in to another Danger Cats podcast. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you like the new format we're going with, the Dude Talk. We're going with pure Dude Talk, the most misogynistic podcast on the planet, where you can come and feel comfortable for being a dude, where you don't got to feel shamed, not that you do. You don't got to feel the fucking wrath of toxic masculinity, because on this podcast, we tell those stupid bitches to shut the fuck up. Figure out your own insecurities and quit trying to blame men for the reason that you're a whore, okay? Don't blame us for the reason that you find yourself in the bathroom at house parties sucking dick for a gram of coke. Or the reason why you find yourself in the middle of a dance floor scowling at men that come to try and fucking dance with you. And you're standing there with a dress that's barely covering your nipples and your pussy lips are just breaking before the edge of there. Like, there is just a scent that you put out, and it's pheromones. We're on the hunt. We get a sniff of that thing. Sends us crazy. You gonna sniff a little sniz? You sniff some sniz, your mind goes in a different place that you don't know. You turn into like a fucking wolf, man. That gets like a shark in blood-infested water. Just chummed water. And then we get a little fucking, I'm not saying handsy. Don't be handsy. That's weird shit. But we get a little more forward. Hey, how are you? Well, hey, if you're going to wear a whore's uniform, be prepared for a whore's job. That's all I'm saying. I think fucking Bill Burr said it, right? I mean, you're wearing the uniform. Own it. Until next week and we figure this shit out. Thank you. I don't know. Thank you for watching. I don't know where I was going with that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll really, really enjoy. I hope you enjoy what I'm putting out there now. It's been good. It's been fun. And I'll see you in the near future. See you next week.